On this rainy day, we know that God is so good to us. I'm going to move you out of your comfort zone a little bit. Here we go. God, do. 1, 2, 3, 4. All you have to sing is, my God is so good to me. Like this, my God is so good to me. Here we go. I woke up this morning singing, God is so good. I got up this morning singing, God is so good. I woke up this morning singing, God is so good. My God is so good to me. Feeling good down in my soul, God is so good. Feeling good down in my soul, God is so good. Feeling good down in my soul, God is so good. My God is so good to me. Yeah, in my time of trouble, God is so good. In my time of trouble, God is so good. In my time of trouble, I say, God is so good. My God is so good to me. In my time of triumph, I say, God is so good. In my time of triumph, I say, God is so good. In my time of triumph, I say, God is so good. My God is so good to me. When my day is over, I say, God is so good. When my day is over, I say, God is so good. When my day is over, I say, God is so good. My God is so good to me. Every day, in every way, God is so good. Yeah, every day, every way, God is so good. When I take the time to praise the Spirit, God is so good. My God is so good to me. My God is so, my God is so, my God is so good to me.
Good morning. Welcome to Unity of Wimberley. We gather here each Sunday by divine appointment to celebrate this human journey together and to reaffirm the divine that dwells in each of us. To those of you joining us on live stream, we welcome you too and consider you part of the community just as though you were here. And now let us join in calling on this powerful resource together. There is only one presence and one power active in the universe and in my life, God the good, omnipotent. And now let us unite our spirits as we hold this vision for our church. We are an open-hearted spiritual community, powerfully transforming our world by honoring the sacred in all. And we practice this mission. Inspired by our shared spiritual awakening, we offer practical teachings that empower a healthy, abundant, and meaningful living. After today's daily word, there will be a congregational song during which we greet each other warmly. If you prefer a handshake to a hug, please just extend your hand. And now the daily word will be read by Cade Wright.
Thank you, Bruce. Today's daily word is comfort. Immersed in God's presence, I find strength and comfort. As he journeyed towards Jerusalem and the experience of crucifixion, Jesus faced challenges from those who rejected his teachings. Even his disciples would leave him in his moment of greatest need. Jesus found strength and comfort in the awareness of God's presence that was always with him. I am not alone because the Father is with me, Jesus said. When I experience challenges, I remember that, like Jesus, I am never alone. I am God's living expression in prayer. I center my thought and feeling in my divine identity. God's presence fills my awareness. No external condition or circumstance can have power over me. God's awareness continues to grow within me as I return to my daily activities. I will comfort them, and I will give them gladness for sorrow. Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 13.
All right, we're small but mighty. Let's stand up and make some big, big singing noise, shall we? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Love lives in me, love moves through me, love expresses as me. Love lives in me, love moves through me, love expresses as me. Lives in me, peace moves through me, peace expresses as me. Lives in me, peace moves through me, peace expresses as me. Joy lives in me, joy moves through me, joy expresses as me. Joy lives in me, joy moves through me, joy expresses as me. So greet your neighbor with some joy this morning. All right, here you go. Power lives in me, power moves through me, power expresses as me. Power lives in me, power moves through me, power expresses as me. Love lives in me, love moves through me, love expresses as me. Love lives in me, love moves through me, love expresses as me. As me, as me. Woohoo! Come on back, y'all.
Thank you, Kit, and Jeff Stocky, and Masumi Jones. Please be sure your cell phones are silenced. And now a quick announcement from Carolyn Harper about Dr. Joe Vitale's upcoming event.
This is the hardcore group here today, isn't it? Yes. I love that I'm here today with our group of people who are just determined to be spiritually fed come hell or high water.
Indeed.
I got something for you. Have you ever looked in the mirror and thought, I thought I'd be further along by now. I'm so spiritual. I should have written that book or started that business or written that song or taken that trip that saves the world. But how often do you use your I ams for things like, I'm broke though, or I'm busy though, I'm tired though, I'm too old. Dr. Joe Vitale will be here next Potluck Sunday. And he's going to talk to you about the connection between your spiritual health and your wealth. And wherever you are in your spiritual journey, Joe's been there, and probably a little lower. He was homeless many years ago, before he was a best-selling author, before he was one of the stars of the movie Secret, before he was one of the top 50 inspirational speakers in the world. And not by choice. Somebody asked me last Sunday, was that by choice? No, not by choice. Seeing Joe live for the first time in 2013 changed my life drastically and gave me tools to power up from some pretty tough stuff. And I selfishly want that opportunity for my Unity family, so I got it for you. I know you want to grow in your power to be a vessel to the sacred mission that your source keeps whispering to you about, and the abundance of prosperity that's in it for you. So get your ticket today. They're on the website. Today is the last day before we share the event with his fans. Tickets are only $40, and they benefit our church. And I don't want to hear, I don't have the money. Intend to take the time and spend the money, and you will be richer for it.
Thank you, Carolyn. A big thank you to the volunteer leaders that shared information about the service teams and fellowship groups last Sunday. Your enthusiasm and volunteer spirit reminds us to connect with our source to ask what is ours to do. And those of you who are answering the call, we are grateful to have you become a deeper part of the community. Today is potluck. Don't forget. If you didn't bring food, please join us. There's always plenty. Join us for Wednesday night class, 6 to 8 p.m., as we continue with the study of spiritual economics by Eric Butterworth. This is a great opportunity to learn and discuss this classic Unity teaching with each other. All through April, our Sunday talks will review this material. Then on Wednesdays, we examine and explore a prosperity consciousness that goes beyond money. There are some books in our bookstore, and you can always get some at Amazon. Wildlife Workday was rained out on Saturday. The makeup day will be Saturday, April 13th, to work on the gazebo and labyrinth, weather permitting. Check on the resource page to find out what the status. Okay. This Saturday, April 13th, is the Cowboy Outdoor Family Breakfast in Serenity Garden. Rain or shine. If it's raining, it'll be indoors. Our Unimen are doing the cooking, so you know it will be hearty and delicious. Fun for the whole family. Coffee ready at 8:30, breakfast at 9:30. Check with DJ Rosebob with any questions. Wimberley's community-wide Good Friday service will be held at the Methodist Church on Friday, April 19th at noon. Reverend Jill Carey and Kit Holmes will be participating in this annual event. All are welcome, so come and represent Unity of Wimberley in our community. May Supper Club will be Friday, May 3rd at 7 p.m. Get your tickets as we explore the cuisine of Korea. Betty?
Good morning. In South Korea, they celebrate Buddha's birthday, the first Wednesday. So we are doing Korean food to have a birthday party for Buddha. The name, and I don't know how to pronounce it, so I'm going to give it my best, and I promise I will find out how before that day. Yes. Sirokuja Tansini. I have tickets. We will have a wonderful time, and it will be something very different for us.
And now the gathering prayer with Sherry Burrows.
Good morning. I invite you to uncross your legs and arms and take a deep breath and close your eyes if it's comfortable for you. Today, as we focus on that vibration called gratitude, we know that as we give thanks for whatever's happening in our life, both the good and the challenges, that we can lift ourselves up into that vibration of gratitude, which can transform all things. For in that higher vibration, we can give thanks for the challenges that help us grow spiritually, emotionally, mentally. We can give thanks that God is there in the midst of those challenges, helping us and helping us to see the blessings that can come forth from every challenge. And so we give thanks for that powerful tool of gratitude, knowing that it connects us in our hearts and our minds with the Spirit of God, helping us to see that if God is present, everything becomes possible. All the wisdom we need is there. All the love we need is there. A peace of mind is there. There's nothing that is impossible to the Spirit of God working in and through us. And so we give thanks for that Spirit that lives and moves in us. Amen.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them blue for me and you. And I say to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, bright blessed day and the dark sacred night. And I say to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow are pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry. I watch them grow. They'll learn so much more than I'll ever know. And I say to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I say to myself, what a wonderful world. Thank you. Good morning, you brave, intrepid souls. For those of you watching online, if you're not familiar with springtime in Texas, I'll just give you a brief lesson on what happens here. That time of the year when we have lots and lots of moist air coming out of the Gulf of Mexico, meeting the cold, dry air coming across the Rocky Mountains. And starting yesterday, well, it's been drizzly for the last few days, but then yesterday, last evening, things got really exciting. And we have been inundated today with a lot of rain, for which I am grateful. And we are talking about gratitude today, the practice of gratitude. And Cherie, thank you so much for that prayer about gratitude, because that is exactly the heart of what we're talking about today, the heart of gratitude. And gratitude not for things, not because it's raining, but in all things we are grateful. And what does that mean? Unpacking that a little bit. In all things be grateful. It means putting our focus on our conscious awareness on
the infinite abundance that we already live in. The truth of our lives in human form, being on this planet, we live in an infinitely abundant universe. And if we take that a little bit deeper into what does it mean to be in gratitude for everything, if we think about the rain, we think about all the droplets coming down, there's probably going to be some flooding, if it's not already happening today, some flash flooding. We as humans are mostly made of water, right? And I'm not grateful for the rain just because it's coming down and it's feeding the plants and the plants grow. It is doing all of those things, but I am one with that water. We are practicing the awareness, the conscious awareness of continually turning our thoughts to that which we know is, man, we are supplied. And when we're talking about our prosperity, this is the key, this is the juice that runs the machine, is the practice of gratitude. I know that I am one with all of life because this process of rain coming down, it goes into the aquifers, it goes into the streams and things, it goes into our wells, we take it into our bodies. I am therefore the rain. We do the same thing when we breathe that we take for granted. The molecules of air that come in, pass in and through our bodies out as carbon dioxide. Guess what? The trees go, yay! And the trees turn around and give it back to us as oxygen. Therefore, I am oxygen. I am one with oxygen. I am one with the molecules of life that have sustained this planet from day one. And when I live in that place, when we live in that place of conscious awareness of just how prospered and supplied we are, I cannot help but be grateful. It is this bubbling up of, oh my God, there is so much in this world. There is so much in my life. As many of you know, I am back in ministerial school, finishing this whole process. I don't even know how to explain it other than as the Fillmores call it in Lessons in Truth, which we studied a little while ago, the chemicalization that is happening in my life right now is pretty intense. And what does that mean? That means the molecules in my body, in my consciousness, are shifting in a major way. Because I am following a call that has been a long time call for me to do this work. And it's been a process. If those of you that know me that have been here long enough to know that moving from being a music director to being some other things, and then bang, here I am in ministerial school. If you asked me this 20 years ago, I'd have said you'd been crazy that I'd be doing this. But because my desire to know that expression of God as me in this process, I'm taking the next logical steps, and I'm grateful in all of it. It's not fun sometimes. In fact, it's really, really uncomfortable. In fact, this last week has been massively uncomfortable. But I'm grateful because I know without a shadow of a doubt I'm where I'm supposed to be. And my consciousness has simply been on that. This infinite supply and support from the universe that is saying, yes, go do this, go do this, go do this. And many of you know that for a long time I went kicking and screaming, saying, no, not mine to do. But when I went with the flow, when I got in the flow of abundance of, yes, step into this. Step up to this. Be one with gratitude. Be gratitude. Be in this place of God expressing consciously. Kind of like today, the heavens just opened up. In all manner of support and supply to put me there. I was in Denver last week for one of my first classes, my intensives. And what I noticed, I've been home, it's the Mile High City, right? I didn't even notice till I got home this last week that I was never affected by the altitude. There is something moving so powerfully through me right now that I wasn't even thinking about, oh my gosh, I'm not going to be able to breathe. The issue is I've been home for a week and I still haven't been able to breathe being home. Okay? And what I mean by that is the shift that's happening in my body that I can't not express, I can't explain, I just know that it is healing. There is a massive healing going on. I was walking yesterday, getting ready for my talk. I'm doing homework and it's like I got to get up and get out of the house. And I went for a walk probably about 5 o'clock yesterday afternoon. And on the way back, I saw this beautiful thunderhead. And I'm a weather geek, and I love chasing storms. And I saw this thunderhead, and I said, that looks pretty cool. I think I'll get out and just take a little drive. It's starting to get dark. It's probably going to die out. It didn't. And I went down south of Wimberley, where we are here, and I went southeast over towards San Marcos, and I just watched the lightning, and it cracked around me, and then it started cracking a little bit more around me and getting a little intense. And then there was a couple of things that sounded like somebody was setting off firecrackers behind the car. And I thought, okay, I'm going to look at the radar, and went, oh, okay, I'm kind of in it. And it was much like this feeling of being in school right now. I'm in it, and I'm in it fully. I'm committed. I was committed to that storm last night, too. And the thing is that as I watched it go, I still felt this peace. I felt this rightness about being where I was exactly at that moment. And I watched the radar move a little bit, and I thought, well, I'm not going to get back to Wimberley for a little while. I'm going to go find somewhere to get under a tree or something because the hail started to come. I got in the hail, yes I did. And what was interesting is that, and I laughed at myself because where I ended up in protection last night was the little drive-through of a funeral parlor. Like I turned in and I see this other car and they're sitting under the trees and there's the cemetery. And I went, well, there's the long, they put the hearse underneath so that if it's raining, they can, load the casket and all that. So this other car came in front of me, and we'd sat there and have a very nice chat. And I thought, well, isn't this a blessing? And I'm grateful that this was here at the moment. I followed something to say, go this way. Our level of abundance, our awareness of our abundance and the blessings that we have are just incredible. I watched that storm last night, and I sat there looking at my phone that has the radar on it. We can watch that now in real time, pretty much. And it reminded me of an article that I just read this week or saw it online. When we think about our abundance, most of us do not even know that we are, in consciousness, we are resourced with those of millionaires. And what I mean by that is, 10 years ago, the technology that we have on our phones today with free apps, the number of free apps that I have on my phone would have cost me well over $1 million to do what I can do today on my phone. You think about the technology, that I was able to watch the radar last night in real time. And 10 years ago, that technology cost hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars just so the weather stations could have it. Not so we could have it on our phone, just so we could turn on the Weather Channel or the local news and say, hey, is there a tornado coming? The ability that we have to sit, we're doing some live streaming with some other higher end equipment, but that you can come here today, you can go to a class, you can go to a concert, you can take high definition video and send it across the world in real time on a free app. So our thought about prosperity and our abundance is all about perspective. That's simply it. When we focus on lack, and Caroline was talking about that, Joe Vitale being here on May 5th, the whole month of April, we're talking about abundance. We're talking about prosperity. We're talking about gratitude as being a spiritual practice to increase that. Eric Butterworth says in this book, Spiritual Economics, I love what he says about this. Actually, it was Plato's law. The grateful heart or the grateful mind is a great mind that will eventually draw to it greater things. Eric Butterworth says that gratitude is not a reactive emotion, it is a causative energy. Does that make sense? The cause and effect that we deal with every single day. It is a causative energy, so that when we put our focus and attention on that, we are creating more of. We are creating more of. Ernest Holmes, founder of Science of Mind, says an attitude of gratitude is most salutary. It bespeaks the realization that we are already in heaven. And so our practice with that is just being aligned every single day, looking outside and then saying, oh, you know, it's raining, what an awful day. There's good. There is good in all of it. There's good in the showing up and the commitment that you guys made to come here today. There's good in all the people that are showing up online and maybe sitting in their jammies going, I'm not going to go out in that weather. But we bless all of it. That's the thing. We don't bless it because God needs us to bless it and say it's good. God doesn't care. It is already good. We bless it because it keeps us in the consciousness. It keeps us in the conscious awareness that we are already in heaven. Yeah. Yep. I was thinking about yesterday on that walk, this energetic bubble of gratitude, and it is gratitude. And practicing my own prosperity for years, I've been doing this. You know, what is it in me that blocks my good? What is it in me? Let's move it out of the way. Move it out of the way. Move it out. Keep moving. Keep moving. And I was walking yesterday, and I was, as Charles Fillmore says, you know, I fairly sizzle with zeal and enthusiasm. And I was thinking, I don't like this zeal and feeling of sizzle right now. And yet I'm going to be grateful for it because it is moving me in the direction of recognizing something that has been standing in the way, this big block. And I was outside walking, and it was like the lightning last night. It was awareness, 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 coming in, like boom, 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 boom. And I had this realization, this aha moment, and I was walking down the street in tears going, okay, people are driving by and I'm going to do. And it was, I have so much good in my life. And not just on a you know, my house and my car and my relationship and my wife and my music and all that. It was like a download of everything is good. Even the challenging stuff, even the scary stuff, it is so good. And the next thought that came as soon as I accepted that and said, thank you, God, for my realization that it is, I am overwhelmed. The next realization was, I am overwhelmed. I don't know what to do with all of this good. And it was a scary place. Because where it took me to was that core, old, stinky, rotten, crusty paradigm that said I didn't deserve it. And in that next moment, I said, thank you, God. That wiggly part of me that I have been trying to unroot, to pull out that belief that has gotten in the way, or I have thought has gotten in the way of my good, was suddenly right there in front of me as a gift. And I said, thank you, God. Nothing can stand in the way of my good. Nothing can stand in the way of your good except your conscious acceptance and awareness of it. And this is what we practice. With spiritual economics on Wednesday night, or lessons in truth, or whatever it might be, with Joe Vitale coming in a month. Dig in. I invite you to dig in. Dig in deeper to your giving. Thank you again, volunteers, and I missed the event last Sunday, and you guys just did awesome. I saw pictures for all of the team leaders and all of those who have signed up to be new volunteers. Thank you for digging in with Supper Club. Thank you for digging in, diving in your giving, in your financial support of this center, of this church. Thank you for your time Sunday morning, all of you who showed up today to bring stuff for potluck. Thank you for saying yes to the divine invitation to be greater, to be a bigger expression of the God that lives in you and as you. Thank you. We are in the flow, folks. We are in the flow. And being willing to open yourselves to that place. You are a blessing. You are such a blessing to the world. I hope that you know that. I trust that you know that, because there is that part in you that does know that. And it is simply opening the door and saying, I have a grateful heart. Right now, here in this moment, I'm living, I'm breathing. My heart is beating. I'm sitting upright in a chair, or I'm in my jammies in the bed watching online. But I'm awake, and I'm alive, and I'm aware, and there is something for me to do. I'm a blessing to the world. You are. So from my grateful heart to yours, thank you. Let's go into meditation. So let's breathe that breath of God, consciously, mindfully acknowledging the gift that breathing is. Draw the cool air deeply through your nose into your lungs, down into your belly. And then let it out with an ah. And do that a couple of times. Breathe in and let it out with just a big, beautiful sigh. Imagine that air going into your body. Think of it as a magnet, picking up all of those things that no longer serve you, just gently gathering them up. And as you breathe out, they're just dissipated, washed away like the rain today. Old beliefs, old paradigms, old limiting thoughts, just sprinkled away. And we think of that rain flowing down the streets, flowing down the hillsides. Flow. And imagine yourself sitting comfortably in the most secure feeling place that you can imagine. Where you're seated, it's safe, it's efficient, it's joyful. Think of it as a vehicle. And it's so comfortable, and you are so attuned to its energy. You realize that it's about to carry you on a beautiful journey. And it knows exactly where it's supposed to go. You don't have to worry about anything. There's more than enough time, more than enough supply. is no need to worry about anything. Your only job is to relax. Let go. Let go of any thought that might hinder you on this journey. And as you begin to move on this journey, in this beautiful, safe place, you notice the vibrancy, the vivid colors, heart-pleasing sounds. Where is the light coming from? You're just relaxed and joyful. Take in all of the scenery. You may see some loved ones who've touched your life in wonderful ways. Let the love flow between you. Allow the thought that peace, this joy, this peace, this rightness is always available. It is always here, always present in all ways. In you, for you, with you, as you. And in this relaxed, abundant, and joyful state, breathe this one question to yourself. What is one thing I can do right now, today, with what I have, right where I am? What is one thing I can do to move more deeply into this flow? What is one thing I can do right now, today, with what I have, right where I am, to welcome more flow into my life? Gently set aside anything, any thought that sounds like criticism or judgment. Gently allow your higher self to speak. Allow that God voice. And affirm, I am in the perfect stream, the perfect flow of life. I am right now in the perfect flow of life. And say to yourself, every choice I make from here on out is for my highest good and allows the greatest amount of joy, love, and freedom to move through me.
I choose joy, love, and freedom first and always, in all ways. I am a magnificent demonstration of joy, love, and gratitude. I am God in action. I am Spirit on earth. Gracefully, abundantly, lovingly, I easily and consciously command my thoughts to those of beauty, love, peace, joy. And I easily master the practice of being gratitude, being peace, being love, being infinite abundance. I am the demonstration of God in service to love, always and in all ways. Knowing that what I put forth comes back to me multiplied. I wrap every thought in gratitude, every thought in love before I send it out. I am the heart. I am the hands. I am the voice of Spirit on earth. I am God in expression, and because I know this, nothing in me can fail. I am so grateful to know. I am blessed. And I am a blessing. So let's breathe and anchor that blessing. You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of Spirit on earth, and who you are. And all you do is a blessing to the world. I am the heart, I am the hands, I am the voice of Spirit on earth, and who I am, and all I do is a blessing to the world. We are the heart, we are the hands, we are the spirit on earth, and who we are and all we do is a blessing to the world. You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth, and who you are and all you do is a blessing to the world, is a blessing to the world, is a blessing to the world. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you all so much. As we move into this time, this is our chance to give back, to express, to be in circulation of the good that we know exists. And while the ushers come forward, I want to share something with you. And I'm actually going to stand up to do this, Taylor, so you can turn my other mic back on. One of the things that we do here at Unity of Wimberley, we are a tithing church, and you hear us say that a lot. And what that means is what you bring in, or what you give here, to share your expression of gratitude towards what we share with you, our gifts being who we are. We extend that out into other communities. We got a letter from an organization that we tithe to back in the fall. And this is just that continuation of going on. I want to share this with you. This is from Reverend Andy Torkelson, Center for Spiritual Living, Paradise, California. If you recall, up until November 8th, 2018, the Paradise CSL had been in the same place for 7 decades. In the hills and the trees, this beautiful place. November 8th, 2018, it was reduced to ashes. We, as deciding where we wanted to show our love and support and gratitude, we tithed to them in addition to some other churches in Chico. They were part of the camp fires and the Thousand Oak fires in California. From Reverend Andy: Dear beloveds, our heart is lighter and brimming with love, illumination, and the warmth of Spirit's abundance as the result of your generosity. You've embraced us with your kindness, compassion, and outpouring of philanthropy. And those gifts have lightened the challenges of our spiritual community who have been to the shadow side of experience and are now traversing into the light. Your prayers, physical donations, and held consciousness have paved a way forward as individuals and as a community, moving us gingerly through the vast field of potentiality that we now find ourselves. Isn't that a beautiful way to express gratitude for what could have seemed devastating? Thank you all so very much. Spirit's love to all of you and your community members. Please share with them, all of them, our sentiments of gratitude and goodwill. You have made the world a better place. What an amazing legacy. Love and blessings, Reverend Andy and the rest of the staff. So thank you all. So I invite you to take your gifts in your hands today and know that that blessing goes forward. We imbue it with the love and the gratitude of knowing that we live in that infinitely abundant place called life. Thank you so much. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Every day, waking up grateful that I get another chance to say thank you. Every night, taking the time to remind myself that I've got it so good. I gotta say, it's so good to be grateful every day. The sun came up this morning and I could see it. Oh, that sweet sunshine. It's behind the clouds, but it's okay. My heart still has a beat and I'm still breathing. So far, so good. Everything's turning out right every day. I'm waking up grateful that I get another chance to say thank you every night. Taking the time to remind myself that I've got it so good. I gotta say it's so good to be grateful every day. When I recognize the things I take for granted, I see the magic in the mundane. I know that's where the greatest gifts are planted. So I say thank you again and again every day. Waking up grateful that I get another chance to say thank you every night. Taking the time to remind myself that I've got it so good. I gotta say it's so good. Grateful every day. I'm so grateful every day. I got the stars, I got the moon, I got love, and I got you every day. We got the wildflowers in the hill country. We got the hill right here in Wimberley. We got some really good folks right here in the room today. Online, so grateful every day. Yeah, so grateful every day. So grateful, yeah. I'm so grateful every day. Thank you. Thank you so much. Come on up, y'all. So let's take the time. You know what? I don't have a script, and Leah, it's okay because I know what to do, I think. We're blessing these gifts. Let's say this together. Big enthusiasm. These gifts and the givers with our love and gratitude. Thank you so much. Potluck today. The big cowboy breakfast this coming Saturday, the 13th. The makeup day for Wildlife Work Day. The rain or shine on the cowboy big family breakfast. If it does rain, it'll be inside. Wildlife Work Day, weather depending. What else have we got? Class Wednesday night, Spiritual Economics with Reverend Jill. And Joe Vitale coming on May 5th. As Caroline said, right now the knowledge about the tickets is only available to this community. It will open up this week to everyone else. So get your tickets, don't miss out on that. Just another shot in the arm for your prosperity practice, gratitude practice. I think that's it. Let's bless our potluck quickly before we bring in the kids, shall we? Hang on. So, thank you, Mother, Father, loving God, for all the people, places, and things that conspire to bring the meal to our table. It nourishes our bodies, pleases our palates, and satisfies our soul. We are so grateful. Let's bring in the kids. Here we go. You are a light, you are a light, you are a light in this world. You are a light, you are a light, you are a light in this world. And you shine, and you shine, and you shine so bright. And you shine, and you shine, and you shine so bright. Thank you all for being here today. Let's bless these beautiful souls, shall we? Children, we love you. We bless you. We appreciate you just the way you are. And our prayer for protection, the light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is because I am. Yay, God. I release, I let go, I let Spirit